Hey guys, I'm here today with another rant video. This rant video is going to be on people's relationships with their patron deities and your personal pantheon preference. In being Wiccan or pagan, I find that a lot of us will pick a set pantheon to practice under instead of just sticking to a mother goddess and a father god figure. Like personally, I practice under the Celtic Pantheon, which can be kind of a challenge, seeing as how they really went from tribe to tribe, adding and taking away properties. But anyway, first thing I want to note is, don't let your own birth heritage or origin or coven's personal preference influence the pantheon you want to practice under. Now, I know people who will practice with a coven who only worships under a set pantheon, and in many ways that's a lot more convenient for everyone, because if you're in a mixed coven, which there is absolutely nothing wrong with a mixed coven, but if you're in a mixed coven, it can be kind of challenging for the whole coven and the high priest or priestess to kind of formulate a ritual that kind of pertains to everyone, or I'll find a lot of the mixed covens will just shift back to that generic mother goddess, sun god type pantheon. So it can be very convenient to find a coven that worships with your specific pantheon. And that's a lot easier to find in the more heavily populated Wiccan pagan populated areas. Like down here in the southwest Louisiana portion, we see more mixed covens than anything, which personally I really enjoy mixed covens. I think that it brings a certain mosaic of diversity to the melting pot. Like, a little bit of everything's gonna make for a great ritual. But anyway, back to the point. If your high priest or priestess practice under a certain pantheon, don't be afraid to venture out and to look at different pantheons. And also, there are a lot of people I know who will stick to certain pantheons just because it matches their heritage. That's great. If you're Irish and proud, you might want to be under the Celtic Pantheon. But don't let that dictate. If you're Irish and you want to do Egyptian Pantheon, don't let anybody stop you. Another thing I kind of wanted to get my thoughts out on were your personal relationship with your patron deities. Not everyone has patron deities, but I do find that a lot of the pagans in this area have patron deities, as well as myself. As I mentioned previously, I worship under the Celtic Pantheon, so my patron deities are the Dagda and Danu. They are infamous for being parent deities. The Dagda is known as the good god. He's the father god, jack of all trades. And I see him very strongly as a father figure. And then Danu is the mother goddess. That's what she's famous for. There isn't too much known about her nowadays because all of the very little pieces of literature that were written about her, any statues, they were pretty much demolished back whenever Christianity was beginning to reign. But I have a very strong relationship with my patron deities as parents. There are other people who see their patron deities as significant others, brothers or sisters, best friends. However you want to look at your patron deities, that's all you. That's all your business. Don't let anybody tell you that your relationship with your god or goddess has to be set a certain way. And this rings true for almost all religions because, as you may know, Christianity is very prominent in these areas. And there are a lot of good Christian people here. And I find that with a lot of my Christian friends, their views on how they look at Jesus and how they look at God are very different, and they accept that about each other. Like, I have friends who look at Jesus as a father, or as a husband, or as their brother. Neither are wrong. So keep that in mind whenever you're on these internet forums, or you're you know, meeting up with different covens, and that ringing true sense of this religion being one to fit you. It really is, and that even goes down to your patron deities and your chosen pantheons. So don't let anyone tell you how to practice. Alright, blessed be you guys.